Hey guys, happy Monday. Thanks for tuning in. It is episode 13 on Tapped In with Tor. It's yours truly, Tori Speedy. If you're new, welcome. If not, thanks for coming back, tuning back in, supporting the channel. So you can consider me like your big sister. I'm going to be talking about everything faith, self-development, just habits, all a little bit of spirituality, those kind of things that are going to help you really level up and take your mindset to the next level, right? So that's what I'm here for, all things personal growth. So today we're diving into something that has been pretty heavy on my spirit lately, and that's environment. Your space, how it has a direct correlation with you, your motivation levels, your circle, your vibe, your vibration. It can 100% either water you or stunt your growth. So environment isn't just your work circle, it's your community, your support system, your home. And there's something to be said about how important these things are and how much of an impact they actually have on your motivation, your mental health, your stability, all the things. So I don't know if you've been doing the inner work and you feel stuck, this is probably the episode for you. So let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you were doing everything right? Journaling, meditating, manifesting, praying, giving it to God, even fasting, and you feel like you're still not moving forward? Me too. Sometimes it's nothing has to do with that, right? Sometimes you could be doing all the things and it's actually an outside factor that's throwing you off. So personally, I've been there, I've dealt with that as well, because your environment is constantly speaking to you. And the real question is, are you listening, right? So it's always sending you feedback. It's always sending you what feels good. Your space should be someplace that you feel like your best self. And I'm not just talking your home, your bedroom, it's your community, it's your work. Lots of factors go into this. So personally, I've switched up every environment that has been comfortable for me within like the last 5 to 6 years. In the last 6 months, I've completely changed my social circles. I've changed my workplace. I've changed my home. I apologize in advance if this offends anybody, but it is what it is. When you're constantly surrounded by negativity and you're really trying to elevate your life and your mindset, and you're around people who constantly bring up things that happened in the past, keeping you in that same mind space, or talking about their own drama, or emotionally dumping on you and just bringing chaos into the equation all the time, or just talking about lack, I'm so broke. I forbid those words in my, bubble. I don't say the word expensive or broke. I can't sit and complain about my circumstances, right? And I also cannot listen to other people do that too. So for motivation's sake, we need to be vigilant about who we surround ourselves with in the environments that we welcome. We need to surround ourselves with genuine and positive people who are also going up, giving constant attention and our efforts towards things that we're focused on and that we want to achieve. And so motivation is a direct reflection on our efforts to focus on what it is we want. And when you have all this outside noise, it's like, how can you even pay attention to your goals or get closer to them? And that there's something to be said about your space too. Your home, is it a place where you feel at peace? Is it a place that you wake up and you have your vision board on the wall and you're reminded of your goals at all times? Your office, what does that space feel like? Does it make you want to be more of the person that you're trying to be, or does it make you feel like the person that you're not trying to be anymore? Especially if you have a place that's cluttered and you have a bunch of just craziness going on and it's not in alignment with who you're trying to be, those things truly can keep you stuck in survival mode. So we don't want that. It should be a reflection of where you're going and not where you've been. So I was actually reading, and it's so crazy because what I like to do is I go to a used bookstore, usually pick up 3 to 5 books at a time, right? And then a couple of them will sit on the shelf. But this book has been one that has just been heavy on my mind. I'm gonna pick that up and start looking through it because I see other people posting it on Instagram as well, like little snippets from it. So I was like, I keep seeing that, I'm gonna pick it up because I feel like called to. Anyway, something that really stuck out to me, and I'm just gonna share this. It says, let us be more disciplined in shaping our physical environments to amplify our emotions. We should love the spaces we spend our time in, and if we do not, we should make immediate changes. Walking into our home should bring peace and the ability to rejuvenate. We should have plenty of light and space and a place where we cannot be disturbed so that we can reflect, think, plan, make art. So especially if you're a creative like me, I need a space where I can just chill, and it's a reflection of the woman I'm trying to be, right? So our workspaces should inspire us, and we should have a ready contact list of other driven people to call upon when we need new inspiration. If we do not, again, we must make immediate changes to find and cultivate such relationships. If we lack a supportive place to live and work or positive peer group, let it be our mission to manifest those things in our life. Our environment matters, and so we shall shape it to lift us into the next realm of motivation and joy. So I'm just gonna say it. How can you even focus on what it is that you're trying to do if you're just surrounded just by reminders of who you were, or even people that remind you of who you've been? How much of a gut punch is it when you're in a space and you feel really excited about life and you're in alignment and you're like, I know where I'm going, I'm excited about the things I've got going on, I have an awesome community, and then you go around someone, and I can't even give a good example of this, but just like a family member or an old friend, and they like, the first thing they want to do is ask you about that failed relationship or ask you something personal that it just brings those old emotions back, and it's like a gut punch. And so you just have to get very, very clear on where it is that you want to go and align your space around that. And one thing that I've done recently is not only just make a total change in all of my environments, which was slightly terrifying, but I knew that embracing the unknown and not really just betting on yourself, right? Embracing the unknown and taking a chance and taking a risk, right? Which scares most people. They don't want anything to do with it. They're like, no, this is comfortable. I like my clock in time. I like what I'm doing. It suits me, but you don't grow. So one thing that I did was I changed my community. I completely changed my community, and I found this amazing group of people that are aligned and on the same path as me, that support me, that honestly help me have the audacity to be myself. I had mental blocks come up in these changes, and they're like, just be you, let Victoria be Victoria. I wrote this down, truly. And it's wild because it's like when you've been in environments that keep you small, or where you didn't feel safe enough to be yourself, to fully be your authentic self. So authenticity is the highest frequency. I've said it once, I'll say it probably 100 more times. It really is about finding those environments that give you permission. You don't need permission, but make you feel more of yourself. Because when you are aligned and you are vibrating at that high frequency, that's when the impossible starts to feel possible. And that's when you have that environment that pours into you, where you don't have to water yourself down, and they make you feel more of yourself. Creating an environment that makes you feel more of you, it's just adding gasoline to the fire. You're just helping yourself get closer to your goals when you have people around you that get it and support you and that check in. And so that's very important. So you really, really want to take note on how you feel around certain people and environments, and if you're truly in an environment that is watering your growth and in alignment with where you're going. Because I look back, and I will tell you though, as you start to grow and you start to put yourself first and you place boundaries, I walked away from a whole career because I wasn't in alignment with it anymore, and I wanted location freedom more than anything. I didn't want to have to go and stand behind a chair and make money. And so one thing that I've realized is you will also see who actually supports you when you start walking away from those things and having the courage and the audacity to choose yourself and pick things that are in alignment, and saying no to people you will start to see who is in your corner, and it just goes along with that. Having the right environment really makes it crystal clear on like where I'm going, and then when you're around people who are also motivated and know where they're going, it's like this amazing alchemy of energy where you just bounce ideas off of each other and creating that space. Anyway, our environment matters because it helps shape us, and honestly, you can't grow when you're focused on lack, or you're around people who are unmotivated and lazy, and when your space is cluttered, or your phone is blowing up with people who are drama and demanding things from you all the time, and when your circle's stuck in survival mode. I look back and I was like, I wasn't even being myself sometimes because I wanted to make other people comfortable. I was not wearing certain things because I didn't want to make someone else feel insecure. I wouldn't show up fully because I would make someone else feel insecure. And this is not because I think that I'm not trying to be some type of way. It's just like, you need to be around people who make you feel like that best version of yourself, the people that get you excited about life, the people that bring joy into your life, that are checking in, hey, how's that going? Genuinely caring. I had people around me genuinely that were like, I can't wait for you to do your podcast. I support you. I'm going to be your biggest fan. And then crickets. No, we watch actions. We don't listen to words, because truly, the people I have in my corner now, I don't have to tell them I'm posting my episode tomorrow. They know, because they're just like, they're excited for me. And that energy is contagious. It helps you maintain a regulated nervous system, and it's just life-changing. People aren't constantly complaining and projecting their insecurities and fears onto you. So you gotta protect your peace and your energy, your most valuable asset, because it is. And honestly, that's all I have to say for today. So just protect your peace, protect your energy, and cultivate those spaces where it's safe to be yourself. It's safe to express how you feel. You're excited to share your goals because they're excited for you. Because it does make a difference. It's contagious. And when other people are operating on that high frequency, that authenticity, that they're being their self, it has this beautiful domino effect on your entire life, and it amplifies that motivation, it amplifies that joy, that authenticity, that excitement, like that expectation of, yes, where I'm meant to be. So do more of that and do less of the other shit. So happy Monday. Make it a good week, guys. I'll see you next week.